We are going to continue token production today on our Coffee Morning stream for Spelljammer Combat and Exploration. We have a book cover here that we produced back. It's actually, I think, back like around episodes 22, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to check my signal here real quick to make sure we're coming through clear, and then we are going to dive into the mix for a while. So let's see. Sounds like I'm coming through A-okay. Hey, if you follow me on Twitter, I've just posted that I am live on Twitter. So if you want to stay in the now of what Phil's got going on, follow him on Twitter at Phil Kearney. You're also certainly welcome to like and subscribe. I do this almost every morning. Who am I? I am Phil Kearney. I create PDF supplements for play with Dungeons and Dragons that are published on the DMsGuild. You can check a link down below to see a slew of work that I've already produced, and generally if it's something that you find interesting or ever find yourself going back to, it's a good indication that's worth buying. But you can read through the entire document cover to cover at no cost first, so you know what it is exactly that you're getting into, and between all that stuff that's there is like maybe 120 illustrations for you to that I produced that we'll be doing for Spelljammer and Combat Exploration here on stream as well once we're done with the page layouts. So again, I do this Monday through Saturday every week, as well as occasionally in the evenings. Today I'll have a lunch stream as well for our continued work on the Martial Powers project. I believe we're adding Martial Powers to Beholders today. But for now, let's get into the aesthetic. So the aesthetic is a synthetic creature that is created by the Rieger, a warlike fae that like to run around and fight stuff. So we're going to, generally they probably fill a 50-foot square. It says the Rieger and 6 other people can fit comfortably on it. They don't talk much about space necessary, so we're going to assume it fits into a 50-foot square, which means that without any constructed weapons, this token will double not only for the creature, but also for the vehicle that the Rieger used the aesthetic for. So, hey, how'd it go? It's good to see you, my dude. So I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to realize I don't have any coffee and go grab some, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to set a 20-minute clock. We've got 100 minutes right now. I'm not going to say that. I always want to say I don't think this is going to take that whole time, and then it ends up taking 2 sessions. So I don't want to fall into that. But we're gonna have some fun. So done with the edits, the post-stat revisions for the book. I'll be handing those back off to our editor today. This is an aesthetic, Jellyfish of Doom. So let's go ahead and just do this. Let's make it jellylicious right now. You know, Metroid style. So there's my jellyfish to start. I think I want to make it a little more fanciful than that. Yeah, let's do that. Has a 30-foot reach with its jellyfish tentacles, so that's about as long. And they have 2D. How many do they have? Hold on, real quick. Let's fix your face like that. Hey. Beep, beep. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, watch content. What we got? Cosmic Horror, Dolwar. It has 2 identical attacks, 12 days. I know it lists here somewhere. There we go. D4 times 2 tentacles. So up to 8 tentacles. As few as 4. Well, actually, it's fused too. So we can go ahead and do this pretty safely. So we'll make our own design, and then we'll go steal the colors from the professional image. There's no set way that these things look, just kind of like Cosmic Horrors. They can each be unique. So I'm going to make mine into a Kraut helmet. There we go. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, there's a lot of looseness that was still left over in that in the manuscript after getting it back from Adam. Adam did such a great job with editing. He helped me easily see where the holes in my logic were, like not so much logic, like where things were missing. Like I was oversimplifying squadron mechanics, for example. There's a little bit more complexity and detail that was needed to help distinguish between like multiple weapons using various types of weapons that can deal different types of damage that would need to be addressed if it's firing upon one opponent. So we resolved that stuff. Differences in expressing the range for blood melee versus ranged attacks for squadrons. There was also an opportunity for us to clean up the language between sieged and mounted weaponry. And reclassify some of the weapons that we had created to be mounted instead of siege. Siege weapons are largely defined as tools, equipment that requires more than one creature to operate at once. So hence the command die, hence the siege crew at all. So mounted weapons only require one creature to operate, and they're basically bolted to the ship. So, like a good example of a mounted weapon is a harpoon flinger from Descent into Avernus's Infernal War Machines that are mounted. They throw like 6-foot javelins that are like these thick javelins, so like half the size of ballista bolts. So they do roughly half the damage. And another good example is the Eye Tyrant Ice Stalk. Terrifying to realize that these are just small mounted weapons, but that is the case. That only need to have one beholder operating an Ice Stalk cannon to make the thing go. That means even though it does siege damage, it's only a mounted weapon. So that means that we can do cool things like little beholder sleds and stuff that they can run around on, or fly around on little mounted weapons, and like little weapon platforms, and pew 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 at people with their laser stalk eyes. Fun. Anyway, ramble on, sing my song. Around the world, silent, find the girl. I may like all those little warbles in, honestly. I like the idea of those warbles so much that I'm going to make a new layer and leave those in place just in case I want to come back and take a look at that. That's so funny. I genuinely like how this is kind of like looking like that, you know? I can kind of use that as my base. That's super cool. I love the post edit revision, because I was already stoked about this product, and just I mean, it's going to be 100% preview. Everyone's going to be able to just read the thing and decide for themselves if there's value or not. But God, the value. And there's just such ridiculously good mechanics inside this book just to make Spelljammer just freaking cool. I will be going over all of it. Once it's published, I'll do a page turner with you guys here on stream. But I'll be able to just ramble on about, well, whatever the production cycle is. If I have to spend time on a particular a page of layout, and I'm just pushing pixels, and I can afford the brain power, then I can easily have conversations like this while we're doing layouts and producing page stuff. I'm gonna get rid of that spike for now. I don't want it to be a distraction. As I figure out the rest of the bottom of this dude. Yeah, nothing but home runs for Phil this week. That's been for sure. I'm looking forward to coming back and doing Martial Powers. That's gonna happen. Oh, Martial Powers will probably happen in about 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. I'm a little loosey-goosey on my lunch. It's, whenever I can log off and jump on here for an hour or so on a Monday. And then it looks like Andy and I on the Eberron adventure, we're going to be looking at some post-edit revisions ourselves tonight. So I don't anticipate streaming this evening, but I should be back on board for Thursday night stream. Where we're going to begin on the, iGoop. We will begin on the underground laboratory map for the Adventures in Eberron that we've been building here on stream as well. So this week is going to be Spelljammers in the morning, and then Eberron stuff in the evening. And of course, with me working with Andy tonight, that just means that we'll have one stream this week. So Monday has always been is traditionally a production, like a conference night for me and production work. Thursday was for a long time too. It just so happened that for a while now, my Mondays and Thursdays haven't had anyone lined up for me to need to do any work with. But that's changed. It'll change again. So. I'm really minging on that. There we go. I'm pretty happy with how that is, honestly. Legit. Choo-choo. Nice to see the tokens coming along so smoothly. Thank you. You've been struggling to design sprites in an attempt to teach myself animation recently. Oh, that's a worthwhile endeavor, my dude. So seeing the difference in processing is interesting. Yeah, right on, man. I'm going to trim these out. Paste in. That is, I never really was hardcore about getting into animation. I think I was just still trying to figure out if I could do artwork at all, that I kind of just decided to skip past animation and just focus here. I don't know. Who knows what the future is going to bring, though. I wonder if AI is going to get to the point where I can create an illustration of this and like a galleon, and then tell the AI, make a 30-second video of this attacking the galleon, and it would know what the hell it's actually talking about. That would be ridiculous and amazing. I kind of think it's going to happen, but you know, who knows? I would. It's interesting. The attitude people take regarding AI, depending on how threatened they feel their industry and their source of income is. I find a duck's opinion is largely dependent upon whether or not I have bread. So the way that people are upset about AI affecting them is largely based on what industry of work they're in. If they are artists for a living, AI art is terribly threatening. If you are the type of person that's like, I wish I had the opportunity to get an art 30 years ago so I could be good enough to make my own book covers now. Everyone that says that and sees AI, they're kind of like, let's see how this pans out. Very different opinion. Ask telemarketers how they feel about AI right now. So the idea of AI being able to take art assets and produce animations out of them, of course, me as a non-animator, I'm like, tell me more. And anyone in the animation industry is like, go to hell. Are you using my rigging to figure out how to make that thing walk? Screw you, Goofus. So I guess my message to all this AI stuff is check your privilege. Know if you're being directly affected or not before you have an opinion about it. That's a good take on almost anything. Excuse me. My throat chakra's been lighting up recently, so I'm having phlegm issues. Yeah, I did start a timer. That's right. I started it when I got up and went and grabbed coffee. I'm like, did I set a timer, you know? So yeah, lots of phlegm dripping in weird ways down my gullet. Not happy about it. Gonna be happy about it when it's done though, I'm sure. I feel like I'm overly mincing over here. Yeah, I think I'm overdoing it. Man, I watched Wakanda Forever. That is a 2-hour and 45-minute movie. Holy biscuits. What a massive investment for what doesn't feel like a lot got done. They introduced Namor. And I guess they brought in a potential kid Iron Man replacement. I don't know. I don't know if like Stark's kid's gonna show up at some point and they're gonna be gal pals and like do a buddy cop film maybe. Who knows? It was cool. You know, I mean the fight stuff was cool. Namor wasn't unrealistic. I think it was done better than Aquaman was. Boy, I'm really fretting over these angles here. You know what? There we go. I think I hopefully I turned off my sound for a second there. Cleaned all that mess up. There we go. That's that. That feels better. Now, I like how this jelly is coming along. Like that. This is just the black and white token, so this is how we... This is how we do. Yeah, that feels good. I want to do that, like that. If I'm still on screen, it means I'm not leaning in too much. So let's pull back our perspective, zoom in a bit so we can lean out. Keep our posture a little better. Posture. I hear you. All right. Another 20 minutes on the block. Thank you. 80 minutes to go. I want to be sedated. Not really. I want to keep at this. Oh my god, this angle stuff is just killing me. I hate it. Zoom in close, make it even more unnatural. Maybe that is the point. The angle is just so rough. Ugh. Okay, that should be good enough. Before I went to sleep last night. Fair enough, my man. The struggle is real. Good enough, he says tentatively. There. He says tentatively. It feels a little connived that the aesthetic has a ranged attack that specifically only knocks out Spelljammer helms. I really feel like it should be like an anti-magic cone or something that just like disrupts all magic, including a Spelljammer helm. My project isn't changing any of the basic features of a creature. I'm just noticing what a crappy basic feature that is. Pretty immature. Very Metroid. Super fun though. This is a cool little thing. This is a cool little dude. It might be too thick of a tentacle. I now remember what a struggle it was to create the tentacles for the book cover, and am horrified to think how long I could be mincing on these. I am so far happy that I am not. The presence is ever danger. Ever present danger. See, I'm already just mincing over that, and I haven't even gotten to any of the other tentacles. So we're going to do that. Uh, 30 feet length is roughly 15, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done, Kearney. So I can do something like this. This. I'm gonna get them too close together because I'm not sure how mingy I'm going to be on my tentacle production here. Start them off. Hopefully start them all off with roughly the same thickness here at the base, and then the ones that are further back, they'll taper off more, and the ones that are foreground will thicken up. So hopefully that pans out correctly. We've got an hour to finish up the sketching and to drop in the color. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We have, God, how many do we have left? I get like 3 left, I want to say. I'm going to close this up real quick. We've got an Aesthetic, a Lunar Dragon, and a Megapede, and the Scavers are already done. So, yep, Aesthetic, Lunar Dragon, and Megapede. Those are the 3 creatures that we need to finish. I am hoping that we're done with them this week. And that we get back into ship token production. So far, so good. I want to make that. Curve out proper like that. Make it. Something like that. This is pretty much exactly where we're hoping to be. Like this is vaguely what I thought of. I'm not really good at like solidifying an image in my head and then trying to reproduce exactly what it is that I envision. It'd be awfully nice to be able to have like a lock of vision in my head and just overlay it on where I'm at and just, you know, trace what's in my mind. But that is not the kind of visualization I have access to as an artist. But wow, I understand some artists can. So, I mean, cheers to you. The ideas in my head are far too quantum to be able to lock down. Like I let them kind of manifest themselves, which again, that's a style cop out because it's a limitation on my abilities that I'm converting into how I perform my process. Since some artists are capable of holding that image in their mind and then just basically tracing it out on the space that they're looking at, that means theoretically I can too. And if I don't, then it is a style effect. Yeah, it's a little contrived that it's curving like that, but I am okay with it. Like those little nubs that I have on there is like sticker sort of things, but I don't think it jives with the whole jellyfish. The doesn't jive with the jellyfish vibe. Whew, that's a word. It's more like a mood. Roughly like something like that. I was up pretty late last night getting the revisions finished. So I am quiet and tired today. Don't mind me. I always find myself working on these little intricate details when I'm most exhausted. Maybe that's some sort of learning curve that I don't properly understand. So far, so good. Yeah, leaning in. Oy, this one's ugly. Better. Don't need to be perfect right now, just need to be done. Hey, thank you for that. Let's have some coffee. Just as a token unto itself, no complaint. Absolutely no complaint at all. It's gonna be pretty fun coloring this. So I'm looking forward to the line art being done. This was not my process last book. Like I've literally changed how I produce art between the time of Elemental Key and now. I have to relaunch this. Tokens. This outline filled in with details is very, very different from the process that I used to do. So it will be interesting. When I get deeper into this project to see if the two styles blend in my workflow. I kind of like that. I love that swirly sketch effect that we fleshed out. This is kind of just a cleaner, less involved version, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Like when I did the swirls and just let the swirly sketches make the form manifest, or the shapes manifest inside of it, there was so much just odd detail that got layered in automatically, but it was all very, like literally very sketch. To the point, to the edge of being sloppy, which is why I didn't like it. I loved how easy it was to generate like filigree and different patterns and stuff off of it. Like that was amazing, but it was so non-symmetrical that it was difficult to make clean versions of a lot of that work that I had done in the the Color Mana project. I'm honestly kind of looking forward to getting back into it. I don't know where we're going with 1D&D. I feel like I may need to make some I know I need to make updates to the Color Mana system anyway, because of Theros and Strixhaven were introduced after my book published, and there's an opportunity for me to integrate that content into the Color Mana spell point variant rules that we have. So I'm motivated to do it. I'm also using 1D&D as an excuse to punt actually working on it. Like the spell point sorcerer that I developed. I very much want to keep developing that, because it's so, I mean, honestly, it's so close to being done by itself already anyway. Maybe that'll be something I can squeeze in between martial powers and whatever's next. Hey, shout out to Durzazad, who's playtesting the Guilds and Kingdoms mechanics that we came up with. Already asking all sorts of intelligent questions to help me iron out little hanky details that don't need to be in there. But it's still a very rough model, I think. But I think like the resource mechanic we have for Guilds and Kingdoms is super tight. Like it is a mean little machine of being able to just create stuff. Once you get into the loose, like the loose narrative vibe of how resources work, they are just incredibly fun to work with. So I'm looking forward to when we can bring that project forward again. It's in there. It's in the playlists. It's lurking. It's not going anywhere. This feels like there we go. Meow. That feels pretty good. Cat, kitty cat, meow 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 meow. Now we're on cleanup. Tentacles do take me a while. So far, so good, though. I mean, they're not horrible. I don't hate them. Let's do this. Good. I'm going to boldly merge these down. I'm going to immediately regret that, take it back, and then do it again. Let's duplicate this layer. Merge this one down. Conceal that one. Now we're good. Man, I have energy moving through me this morning, my friends. Oh, it's my shoulder. That's right. I was doing work on my shoulder again last night, and it is apparently pitching a fit again, which is great. Whenever it pitches a fit, it creates change, which I am welcoming, hence me doing the work in the first place. Kind of folds together. You know, they say that to change your life, you need to change yourself. You need to be a different person to have a different life. But it's something as small as even just stretching a different way is enough for you to be a different person now. Because you're building different patterns, which opens up new opportunities for you to be anything. So, whenever life inspires you to do something weird or different, do it. Because it's the universe inviting you to become a new person. There's one thing that I believe. It is that the universe likes change. Should I? Maybe as such as. And take these guys here in the middle. Like that. Almost there. Yeah. Oh man, my system is going through some crazy rebooting here. Gotta do that. Birdie's coming. Little thicker than I think I want. Yeah, that tentacle's pretty good. And I feel like I want to shorten this one just a bit. No complaints there either. This is coming along very nicely. Maybe all that time on the Cosmic Horror, maybe a little bit better at this curve stuff, huh? That smacks of hubris. Let's be careful, Kearney, because you're just one weird angle away from frustratedly chewing on it for like 5 hours, so be careful. Keep your sharp wit on check. That's it, you know, right there. Too thick? Okay. No, that's perfect. Where are we at? Still got 40 minutes. Questionable whether or not we're going to get coloring done today or not, but we'll at least have a really solid outline for the black and white. I mean, this is good enough for the black and white token. I mean, if you've seen the other tokens that I've done already, then you know. We're doing the black-white version, and then we're doing the color. That puppy has the rips again. I was talking to my my upstairs neighbor about their dog having the rips in the morning, and he laughed because the apartment above them has a little puppy too that also gets the rips in the morning, but he didn't indicate that they chase each other. Well, I guess they wouldn't. The third floor puppy wouldn't know about the second floor puppy. Second floor puppy would know the third floor puppy and may very well give chase. That might be what we're experiencing here, but he didn't say that, he did. God, it's so rough. Good. we'll be able to get a little further and further away. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now we're going to, I think I'm happy with everything, like up to their first, like there's a certain line here where I'm happy with everything's at, and then it starts to get a little hanky. That is okay. Now I can work this down like that. Oh, pop my neck. Nice. Almost there. happy with that. Now, let's see if I can get it. Happy with that. That's good enough as well. Doing it. Ugh, this one is looking ugly. Half hour to go. One tentacle left after this. So far, so good. So what? Disaster around every curve. Oof, look at that. That's ugly. Remember I was saying I was only one crappy angle away from being locked down in a slow grind process? Cheers to that. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. I would definitely not say we've stuck the landing yet. But we're doing okay. Like that. There we go. Hey, we did it. We did it. Now we can... Actually, this is like the super long one, so we can afford to trim that back a bit. Yeah, that works. So that guy's sitting okay, and this, actually this one, this limb out here is still a little long, dude. There. Nice. Okay, cool. That I am pretty content with now. So we can go back up in here, and we can mess with this again real quick. Not liking any of that. Last 20-minute timer to go. And I think that's good enough. So, blip, blip. Let us start looking. Blue, 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 blue. Blue into more of a blue-green. And it flips here, and that's weird. Blue-green. Green. Oh, I get it. It has this red vibe, and then... yeah, I don't care what that thing's got going on. Screw you for this. I need to do B-dub, lock that down, hide, bloop, bloop. Let's go to here. Snap that stuff back into position. Let's do that. Zero. Let's see. I want to grab, yeah. Like that. And that reminds me. That's the one. Something like this. Something like that. And then we blend it in with something like this. Should get us the general look that we want. So let's do this. Almost out of time for the day. Not quite finished like we wanted, but that is going to be okay. Oops. Wrong one. There. Not going to get done today, but that's okay. We'll be done tomorrow. We'll be back at this tomorrow morning and finish this one up before moving on to the Lunar Dragon. Maybe even the Megapede. Not sure. Lunar Dragon might be intimidating, so I'm going to take a look at it. See if it's something that I feel I can grab some W off of, or how that pans out. That's where we're at so far. Maybe something like this. Oh, crap. Well, that's my time, guys. I'm going to have to cut it here for now. We're going to come back and we're going to work on this some more next time. And so, yeah, that's it for today. I'll be back in about 4-ish hours for our Martial Powers lunch stream, where we're going to build powers into beholders and other boss fights and stuff like that. I'm scheduled to do post-edit text work with Andy tonight, so I shan't be on this evening, but we'll be back, like I said, we'll be back in about 4-ish hours, and then we'll be back at this tomorrow morning to finish this guy up and get into the Lunar Dragon tokens. Stick around, like, subscribe, check out some of my books below, follow me on Twitter at Phil Kearney, and if you know where I'm at on Discord, just give me a shout. So I will see you guys on the other side. Thanks a lot.